Hello everyone, welcome to the module on the nervous system. In this module, we will talk about one of the most important aspects of nervous anatomy and physiology, that is, functions of cranial nerves. Okay, let me give you a brief outlook about cranial nerves. There are in total 12 pairs of cranial nerves, out of which they are into three types: sensory, motor, and both, that is mixed. Okay, now in this module we will talk about each cranial nerve and its different functions. So starting with the first cranial nerve 1 is olfactory nerve, which is a sensory nerve. Okay, and as the name suggests, it is used for smell. Okay, so olfactory nerve is a sensory nerve which is having a function of smell. Now, this is the only cranial nerve which does not have a thalamic relay. Okay, so it is without a thalamic relay to the cortex. Now, talking about the second cranial nerve, which is again sensory. So, optic nerve is a sensory nerve which is used for sight. So, the first one, the olfactory, is for the smell. The second one, optic, is for the sight, and both of them are sensory nerves. Is this clear? Now, talking about the oculomotor nerve or the third nerve. So, oculomotor nerve is a motor nerve, that means it helps in muscular activities of the eye. It controls four major muscles of the eye, that is superior rectus, inferior rectus, medial rectus, and inferior oblique muscles. Okay, I'll talk more about each of the functions of these muscles in ophthalmology module, but just for now remember that the oculomotor nerve, which is cranial nerve 3, is a motor nerve used in eye movement and movement of these muscles with pupillary constriction by changing the sphincter pupillae muscle and Edinger-Westphal nucleus and muscarinic receptors. Now remember that oculomotor nerve is also important in accommodation of the eye and eyelid opening by levator palpebrae muscle. Okay, so this is the major function of oculomotor nerve, that is movement of eye, accommodation, and eyelid opening. Am I clear? So we have covered olfactory nerve, optic nerve, and oculomotor nerve. Now talking about the fourth nerve, that is the trochlear nerve. Trochlear nerve is used in again eye movement, but it controls one specific muscle, that is the superior oblique muscle. Okay, so superior oblique is controlled by cranial nerve 4. So the first two nerves are sensory, the next two nerves are motor. Okay, now talking about a very important nerve, that is the trigeminal nerve. Trigeminal nerve is the fifth cranial nerve, which is a combination of both sensory and motor. Now, trigeminal nerve is used in mastication muscles. Okay, so the V3 branch, trigeminal nerve has three branches: V1, that is ophthalmic, V2, that is maxillary, and V3, that is mandibular. Okay, so the V3 branch is used in mastication. The different nerves like ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular are used in facial sensation and somatosensation from the anterior two-thirds of the tongue. Okay, so it is used in facial sensation and somatosensation of the anterior two-thirds of the tongue. Now, trigeminal nerve also plays an important aspect in the otology, that is damping of the loud noises by tensor tympani muscle. Is this clear? So this is a mixed nerve which has both sensory as well as motor functions, and it is used in mastication, facial sensation, somatosensation from the anterior two-thirds of the tongue, and damping of the loud noises. So we have covered the first 5 cranial nerves. Now talking about the sixth nerve, which is the abducens nerve. Abducens nerve is a motor nerve, okay, which uses or controls the lateral rectus muscle. Controls the lateral rectus muscle. Is this clear? So abducens nerve controls the lateral rectus muscle and is a motor nerve, which is cranial nerve number 6. Now talking about one more important nerve, that is the facial nerve, which is usually tested in your exams. So the facial nerve is a cranial nerve 7, which is both motor as well as sensory. There are a variety of functions of facial nerve, which includes facial movement. Okay, so if there's an injury to the facial nerve, the person can lead to facial droop. Then facial nerve transmits taste from the anterior two-thirds of the tongue. Okay, then it is also a part of the lacrimal gland, salivary gland, that is the submandibular and the sublingual gland, and hence facial nerve leads to lacrimation or tearing of the eye and salivation of the mouth. Is this clear? Now facial nerve also helps in closing of the eye by orbicularis oculi muscle, and it is also used in auditory volume modulation by controlling the stapedius muscle. Am I clear? So it is used in facial movement, taste from the anterior two-thirds of the tongue, lacrimation, salivation, closing of the eye, and volume modulation. Is this clear? So facial nerve is the 7th nerve, which is both sensory and motor and controls these many activities. Now talking about cranial nerve number 8. So which are the first 7 nerves? Let us first revise. The first one is olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens and facial. So these are the first 7 cranial nerves. Talking about the 8th cranial nerve, that is the vestibulocochlear nerve. Vestibulocochlear nerve is a combination of both vestibular nerve and cochlear nerve. So it controls balance and hearing. Is this clear? And this is a purely sensory nerve. So it controls hearing and balance. Now talking about cranial nerve number 9. Cranial nerve number 9 is a glossopharyngeal nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve is again combination of both sensory as well as motor, and it is used in taste and sensation from the posterior one-third of the tongue. Okay, so it is used in taste as well as sensation from the posterior one-third, not the anterior two-third. Is this clear? It is also helpful in swallowing, salivation from the parotid gland. Okay, monitoring of the carotid body and the sinus, which is used in respiratory control and blood pressure control. Okay, and it is also used in elevation of pharynx and larynx by controlling stylopharyngeus muscle. Am I clear? So glossopharyngeus muscle has a variety of function from taste and sensation, salivation, monitoring the carotid body, elevation of the pharynx and larynx. Is this clear? So talking about the next important nerve, which is the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is cranial nerve number 10, which is again a combination of both the sensory and the motor nerves. Now vagus nerve is helpful in taste from the supraglottic region. Please remember, it is useful in the taste sensation from the supraglottic region. It is also helpful in swallowing, soft palate elevation and maintenance of the midline alva. Okay, so it is used in taste from the supraglottic, swallowing, soft palate elevation. It is also a very important muscle in coughing and talking, and parasympathetics to the thoracoabdominal viscera are usually acted by vagus nerve. Is this clear? Now, just like glossopharyngeal nerve, which monitors carotid body, vagus nerve monitors the aortic body. Okay, so it is also helpful in maintenance of the respiratory rhythm as well as blood pressure of a human body. Am I clear? So we've covered the first 10 cranial nerves. There are only 2 cranial nerves left. The 11th cranial nerve is the accessory nerve, which is purely motor. Okay, Now it is helpful in controlling two major muscles, that is sternocleidomastoid and the trapezius muscle. Now these two muscles are helpful in turning of the head and shrugging of your shoulder. So sternocleidomastoid helps in head turning, trapezius helps in shoulder shrugging, and it is controlled by correct accessory nerve. Now, talking about the last nerve, which is also a motor nerve and controls the muscles of the tongue, that is the hypoglossal nerve. Hypoglossal nerve is very important in movement of the tongue. Is this clear? So these are the 12 cranial nerves, okay, and each of its functions. I'll be covering more of its defects and the origin in different modules, but this is the basics of every cranial nerve, which is highly tested in your exams. So please read this section. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click on the like button and do subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comment section below which topics do you want me to explain. Thank you.